How much does this turkey weigh?
I think it's about 15 pounds, this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a fresh one, although there are frozen ones on the market, right?
There certainly are. And I think frozen ones are very good indeed if you get it from a reputable store. They sort of remain frozen. What's terrible in the turkey is if it's frozen and defrosted and refrozen and then the breast gets kind of shreddy.
But you have to go to a good store, I think.
I think so.
You know? And I hate that little red thing, whatever it is in it, so I take that out. There is that type of plastic thing at the end.
I don't know why they put it on.
We remove the plastic. Anything which is not turkey we remove first, right?
Oh, did they give us a nice packet of giblets?
I think so. What do we have in there?
They didn't give us much.
And I should have the neck here. All of that is going to go in our stock, so we need it.
And we're going to make a giblet gravy.
Giblet gravy.
Well, there's the gizzard, the giblet.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, they give us quite a nice liver this time. And the neck is going to go into the turkey stock for the gravy. And I think one thing also you have to watch out for, say in Thanksgiving, if you think you're getting a fresh turkey, they're going to do 4,000 turkeys. They can't possibly slaughter them all in one day, so they've been sitting around in ice. Mm-hmm. And you're maybe better off getting a frozen turkey.
Well, if you get a frozen turkey, be sure to defrost it under refrigeration for like 48 hours. It does take that long.
Yes. Well, what we're going to do is, rather than doing it just a plain roast, we're going to roast the breast separately and the leg thighs separately, and then sort of lean them against each other so it'll look like a whole turkey, but it takes about half the time.
Shall I start by taking out the leg?
Yes.
I'm raising it out to use it as a weight, you know, so that I can cut the skin. To a certain extent, that's all you have here, just the skin.
And you're cutting it up to this point.
And at that point here, when I get up to the carcass, then I will have to take that
We have what we call the oysters.
So you can see that up. And there I finish against a bone also. And at that point you have to crack it up. And often people extend the leg and try to crack it this way. You can't. What you have to do is to bring it here, grab it at the knee. That's where it cracks up.
See, that's wonderful. It just breaks off.
And here you have the large sinew. We cut through the sinew. Mm-hmm. And all we have to do is to pull it out. So that's it. On this side, the same way too. I cut the skin, the oyster.
And just feel that point, that oyster of meat up there.
Crack it open, cut through the sinew, and pull out. So that's
great.
Pretty good. So this is, now we have our breast, right? Mm-hmm. We keep the wing on?
Yes, we're going to take off the nubbins.
Oh, we take out the, what do you call it?
Nubbin.
The nubbin, and which is that little piece at the end and here.
That little piece there. But everything goes into the stock.
And the stock here, and that part. So this, now we're going to cut the carcass. We're going to cut the whole carcass here and there to give that for the stock. This way.
And this is perfectly easy to do yourself, too.
And this way here. This is our stock. Here is the breast of our turkey, maybe too much skin. I'll take a little piece out of it. Here.
So take out the wishbone.
Oh, yes, you want the wishbone.
Yeah.
Okay, that part here, we put that underneath also.
They call that wings akimbo.
Oh, that's what they call?
Well, that's what I call it.
Oh, good. So here, you can see that there is a triangle here, and you can feel it, the wishbone here. So what you have to do is to cut on each side of it.
The reason for taking that off is that it makes carving much easier and neater.
Yes. And then you try to pry it out with your finger.
You don't have to get it out in one piece. You just get the two prongs.
No, you have to get it out in one piece.
You get the two prongs out. Oh, you want it because you want a wish on it.
Yes. See? We have to get it out in one
That's for the children in the audience.
I broke it. We can put on it, but that's for your stock too. So we are ready for this. This I'm going to put on the side here. And this I'll cut for the stock there.
Shall I start browning that a little bit?
I think so. You have your vegetable, we have the neck, we have the gizzard. Shall I continue boning on the leg?
Yes, I think that's fine. I'll start that.
And we're cutting the end of the drumstick here. And as you can see, At the end of that drumstick, there is an enormous amount of very tough sinew here, which are kind of difficult to pull out. You could, with a plier, pull them out at that point, but it's much easier to pull them out when it's cooked. As the meat is cooked, it comes out. All we want to remove here is the bone from the thigh bone, which is here. So all you do, you run with your knife on each side, a little bit this way. And all you have to do is to fry your finger underneath, put your knife underneath, and after scrape it. You scrape it up to the joint here, and then we want to cut through the joint. That's more stuff for the stock. Here you are. And the second one in the same way. And in the place of the thigh bone, we're going to put some of the stuffing. You could also put herbs, you could put chopped mushroom, you could do whatever you want to flavor it. So now we have those two legs, which are ready to be stuffed and replaced together. How is the stock doing?
Well, slowly, I'm going to brown these vegetables that are going into the stock. I have some carrots and onions and a little bit of celery. While the meat's browning, I'm going to brown the vegetables too.
So now can I start on the stuffing?
You may.
Good. I started my stuffing here. I have chopped onion, chopped celery, chopped mushroom, oil, a little bit of butter. Into this I'm going to put some sage. And this I'm going to cut it coarsely. You want like a good 2-3 tablespoons in our stuffing here. We're going to put a bit of link sausage here, but don't forget to remove the skin of those. You know, those are breakfast sausage. And we have about 8 ounces of it here. And then you have some cornbread for me?
I have a whole lot of cornbread here.
Good. Well, this is our base, the cornbread. This was homemade, but I'm sure you can buy some, right?
I think the box top recipe is great for it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to add that to the stuffing here.
Good.
And we'll put the bread directly in a bowl. So what I need to have in there is some chicken stock. I'll put like about a cup. And that's ready to add to the bread.
I have my vegetables tender. And the meat is partially browned now. But I think having a good stock makes an awful lot of difference. Having a great gravy.
I like that stuffing when it's a little bit loose, you know. So, it's time for me to stuff the legs. So here they are. You would normally wait for this to be totally cold. I mean, it's a little bit lukewarm now. So I'll put a bit of pepper, salt in it, and like a cup of stuffing there. And as I say, if one of them you want to have some fresh herbs, just saute some fresh herb, different thing in it, you can put that only in it. You could, of course, sew it together. You can put it in a cheesecloth too. I think one of the easiest ways is to put it in a piece of aluminum foil. Maybe about that size. I want to measure it about like this.
And then that's going to hold together and you can take the foil off.
Yes, I think you would want to cook it a good hours, you know, this way, so that it
nice
holds
and neat
together.
package.
And you don't even close the end of it, so the heat can go in there, you know, and continue cooking. So here we are. You do that one too. So I have the stuffing in the two legs here. And the rest of the stuffing, we're going to put it directly on our roasting pan.
I think we should say also that you can make the stuffing ahead, you can make the stock ahead, and you can prepare the turkey, but don't stuff it until just before roasting it, because the stuffing is kind of moist and it can spoil, and then it would spoil your whole turkey. So just get everything ready, but stuff only at the last moment.
Think we should put a dash of oil in the bottom?
I think so.
Okay.
Why don't we have some? I have some turkey.
You have a little bit of this?
Keep it all the same stuff.
Plenty, yeah. I'll spread it out a little bit in there. And we'll put all our stuffing. Use my hand, it's gonna be easier. Here. That would serve a dozen people, right, at least?
I would think. I think if you count on a pound of turkey per person if you want leftovers. If you don't want leftovers, that would be strange, though. If you half a pound will do.
See, we have our turkey here. I'm going to put it directly on top of it. Okay. Then my 2 legs. This way. That way.
My turkey backbone is brown. Now I have this
Put the stuffing
bit of
underneath.
liver.
That's it.
So I'm going to saute the liver and we'll set that aside.
Really, I'm putting a bit of salt on top of it here.
Good. Jack, the meat's
Looking
all
good.
ready for the
Okay, I have
liquid.
thyme, bay leaf
Let's put some
with it.
thyme and some 2 nice. This is imported bay leaf, Lauris nobilis. Now water goes in.
And you have your vegetable here. You have carrot, onion, and so
Yes,
forth.
they're all in the bottom of the pan.
These have to cook for a couple of hours. And what we have here, we have extra onion, carrot. You left me some celery. All of that we're going to put around the turkey after it's cooked about an hour in the oven. When it's cooked an hour in the oven, also you can slide out those 2 pieces of aluminum foil and put your vegetable around.
And
so
that's
what
going
I'm
to make
going
a
to
nice
do. Yeah,
flavored gravy.
about 375 degrees.